Days after my wife died, I gave half my sandwich to a homeless man. In return, he slipped me a phone number and whispered, "Okay, so listen, I need to tell you a story." A story about how a single act of kindness, sharing half a sandwich, led me to a mysterious old man who offered me a chance at something I thought was long dead. Justice for a life that had been shattered, a love brutally extinguished, and a family nearly destroyed. That day, I was just sitting in the park, trying to eat my sad little sandwich, when I noticed this frail, homeless old man. His eyes, they looked like they'd seen too much. Without really thinking, I tore my sandwich in half and offered him a piece. He took it quietly, but then he did something I never expected. He handed me a crumpled piece of paper with a phone number on it. All he said was, "Call me when you truly need a way out." A way out. That phrase just echoed in my head for days, because honestly, I was drowning. A few days later, desperate, I called him. We arranged to meet in a quiet cafe. He was already there, waiting, his gaze incredibly steady, almost piercing. He looked straight at me, into my soul it felt like, and said, "I know they've taken everything from you. Work with me. We'll make those people pay and take back what you've lost." And in that moment, I knew. I knew this was it. The impossible opportunity to seek justice for myself and my newborn child had finally arrived. My name is Darren Banner, and to help you understand why I was sitting there, across from this enigmatic old man with a haunting promise, I need to take you back, all the way to the beginning. Back to the impoverished streets where I grew up, with dreams that felt bigger than our leaky rooftops. I was born in a working-class neighborhood in the Bronx, New York. You know, where the smell of machine oil and the constant blare of truck horns just blended into this endless soundtrack of life. Our little house was tucked away on a narrow street, stained walls, and a roof that'd leak every time it rained. My dad, Tom Banner, was a handyman. He had these rough, calloused hands, but you should have seen how skilled they were with a hammer or a wrench. My mom, Dorothy, she worked 2 jobs just to keep us from falling into destitution. By day, she taught part-time at an elementary school, and by night, she was behind the counter at a small diner, where the smell of grease and the clatter of dishes never, ever stopped. Our home was cramped. A small living room, a tiny kitchen, 2 bedrooms where the wind whistled through the corners. I still remember those evenings, my dad in his worn-out armchair telling stories of his youth, while my mom softly sang the songs she'd learned from her grandmother. They didn't have much, but they had me, and I had them. Honestly, that was all we needed. From a really young age, though, I realized just how harsh the world outside our little home could be. I remember once I went with my dad to fix some plumbing at a mansion in an upscale neighborhood. The homeowner, this guy in a glossy suit, looked at my full story video added in below.